I'm living a life that a lot of people do not understand. So today I'm going to talk about why I have intentionally decided to be single and celibate. I'm going to talk about a lot of the misconceptions I believe people have about women who are choosing this for themselves. And I'm also going to talk about how I have benefited mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially by deciding to live this type of lifestyle. So let's get into it. I'm living a very unconventional, unorthodox life. And when I zoom out and just think about the way in which there have been expectations placed on women for generations and generations to center their whole existence around men and around dating, marrying, and having children as young as possible. You know, I think about my mother, my grandmother, my grandmothers, my great grandmothers, and how they were programmed to believe that happiness and fulfillment came through romantic partnership, that getting married young and having children was like the ultimate goal. And of course, that was projected onto us. But me being the free-spirited, self-aware, disruptive millennial that I am, I know that true happiness and fulfillment comes from having the courage to live life on your own terms, knowing that you are the creator, the star, the producer, and the editor of your own life, your own movie, and that there's no one right way to live, that you can live in whichever way truly brings you joy, peace, and happiness. You know, for myself, just from my personal experience, like I tried to live the life we're supposed to live. I went to college, I got married, I had the good job, and that did not work out for me. So I had to take a step back and observe the masses, and I decided I wanted to do something different. I wanted to go left and create a life that authentically felt peaceful, happy, and fulfilling. I'm gonna talk about why I chose celibacy for myself. If I'm being honest, this actually chose me. Celibacy chose me. And I know celibacy and abstinence are not quite the same, but I'm using the terms in that way, so I'm going with celibate. Celibacy chose me, and it was just a download I got from my spirit that I needed to basically like really lock in with myself on a deeper level. And I'm actually in my second phase of celibacy. Like that initial phase of celibacy I went through was years ago. And you know, it was about 3.5 years. Then I kind of stuck my toe in the water a little bit, like, you know, had some dating experiences. And then I came into a second phase of celibacy, which I'm in now, and it has been 4 years. And so, you know, that initial download I got, though, it was like I needed to do some very deep inner work. I needed to do some inner child healing. I needed to do some womb healing. I needed to cut some cords. You know, I needed to release myself from a lot of karmic relationships, and I needed to call my power back from everyone I had ever slept with, because sex is very spiritual. We are swapping DNA with the people that we have sex with. We are taking on the energy of the people that we're having sex with. And so it is a huge energetic exchange. And I needed to, like I said, call my power back. And I really needed to heal my womb and get in touch with myself. And being celibate has really just allowed me to learn myself on a much deeper level. And it is also, to me, like the ultimate form of self-discipline and being intentional with your energy. Like when you can control your sexual energy, it supercharges you. It's like a superpower. And in my time of being celibate, I have learned how to harness my sexual energy and utilize that energy to enhance other aspects of my life. Sexual transmutation. If you have never read the book Think and Grow Rich, read it. It's a whole chapter on sexual transmutation. You can also Google, look it up, do all the things to really learn how to harness and utilize your sexual energy, because it's the most powerful energy that we have. And being celibate has also given me the space to really cultivate a healthy relationship with myself, to the point where I realize that a relationship with somebody else is a choice, but it is not a necessity. I don't need to be in a relationship with somebody else to be happy, to be fulfilled, and to be at peace. It's just something that I can choose to do or choose not to do. So being single and celibate, it has just allowed me so much time and space to do some very deep inner work with myself. There's a spectrum, in my opinion, when it comes to women who are choosing to be single and celibate. And I'm speaking from the perspective of a woman who is attracted to men and only men. So you have women who are deciding to be single and celibate, and they are done with men altogether. They're done dating. They have no desire to date. They have no desire to be in a relationship. They are very content with just having time with themselves, and that is what they see for themselves for the foreseeable future, meaning that they feel like this is the lifestyle they're going to live for their entire human experience, right? Then you have some women who are choosing to be single and celibate, and it's not really that much intention behind it. It just may be kind of situational, where it's like, well, right now I'm single and I'm just, I don't got no action, so this is just what it is. And I feel like you also have women who are single and celibate, but it's some hurt, some pain, and some bitterness behind it. And I feel like a lot of women develop this like us versus them mindset, where you have a lot of women who really have a negative like attitude against men overall, where it's like this us versus them type mentality. And you have women who are choosing to be single and celibate, and they're not against men and they're not against relationships. They are just not centering their lives around men, and relationships are just not at the top of their priority list. They are just prioritizing themselves, and it's like, okay, if something great comes along, cool, but I'm not pressed. I'm not worried about a relationship. I'm not, living my life where it's like, oh my God, everything revolves around me dating or being in a relationship with somebody. It's like they're just living life and enjoying themselves, and they have made their own existence their priority. And I definitely fall in that latter category of women, to where it's like, I have nothing against men. I have nothing against relationships, but it's just not at the top of my list right now. Like, I'm living life on my terms, and I'm having a great fucking time. I'm just at a point in my life where casual sex and just dating or entertaining somebody just because, it's just an absolute no for me. I have no interest in doing that, right? I am very, very, very clear on the qualities, on the values, and on the level of awareness a man has to be, and the qualities and values he has to have in order for me to be interested. And if I organically cross paths with that, we'll just have to take it from there. But in the meantime, it's like my life is going to revolve around me. And I want to talk about how being single and celibate has benefited me in other aspects of my life. I would say first, just it has helped me really be a much better woman overall, and a much better mother. Like, having the time, just taking that time with myself, I have definitely become a much better and much more intentional mother to my son. It has also helped me financially. I have created multiple successful businesses. I became a self-published author. Like, the way my businesses just flourished and thrived, like, and continue to thrive, it is just like, it's crazy. And when I said thrived in past tense, because I just had a thought about, like, when, like, the initial phase of celibacy I told y'all about, just how I've just had a picture in my mind of just like everything just like took off like a rocket for me during that time. When I tell y'all, it was just like, that celibacy phase was like a launching pad to where I just birthed so many of my ideas and just brought so many things to life. It just kind of blew me away when I thought about it really quick. But it's like, oh yeah, like, ran up a bag, literally. Told y'all, harnessing that sexual energy, sexual transmutation, you better use that energy to bring to life other things and other areas and aspects of your life. It has also given me the time and space to just lock in on learning new things. Like, I shared in a previous video how when I moved to Mexico, I learned how to day trade futures. And it's like, I had to dedicate a lot of time to that, to where, I can go and spend hours and hours studying, and I don't have to worry about being accountable to anybody else. So having the time, freedom, and space to do things like that, even just moving to Mexico in general, like, just having the freedom to make that choice for myself. Had I been in a relationship, for example, it's like you have to take somebody else's thoughts and feelings and things like that into consideration, to where it's like I was able to just make the choice to up and move to Mexico, right? And to really have the time and freedom to go on this like self-exploration journey that has just been so beautiful and so amazing. And it has also helped me become more self-aware, more confident, and way more in tune with my intuition and my womb wisdom, to where that discernment, yes, like it's so spot on. It's like, it's so crazy. Like, y'all, the womb wisdom is on a trillion. That's all I'm gonna say. The womb wisdom is on a trillion. And it has also just helped me be more fearless, to where it's like, nobody can fearmonger me. Nobody can project their opinions or beliefs onto me. It's just like, it just simply does not work. When you know your power and you really know who you are, it's like you're unfuckwittable, you're unshakable. It's like, that shit may work somewhere else. Over here, not so much. Not going for it. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't work on me. So it has definitely helped me enhance every single aspect of my life. And it's just like, wow, when I think about it, just like, look at what I have accomplished on the other side of making this intentional choice for myself. It's truly amazing. Next, I want to talk about some of the misconceptions that people have when it comes to women like myself who are choosing this lifestyle. Because people love to assume, and making assumptions, you already breaking one of the 4 agreements. If you've never read the book, The 4 Agreements, read it ASAP. One of the 4 agreements is do not make assumptions. You know what they say about people who make assumptions. But people definitely assume that you are lonely, you are bitter, that something must be wrong with you, that you're waiting for someone. And it's like, no, it's none of that. I am at peace. I am healthy. I am happy. Like, it's getting better and better. I'm just getting better and better in every single aspect of my life. Everything is getting better, right? I'm like, I rise each day with gratitude. I have so much joy in my heart, and I have so much peace and freedom. And to me, peace and freedom is wealth. I'm very wealthy. I'm very, very, very wealthy. Like, I can literally feel my grandmother's, energy. I can feel my grandmother's energy. I know my grandmothers are so proud of me. They are rooting me on because I am doing something that they did not know they had the power to do for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about. It's like, life is great. Life is amazing. Like, it's beautiful, and I am so thankful and grateful for myself for following that inner guidance that said, it's time to shut it down. It's time to cut everything off. It's time to focus on yourself. Unconditional, living an unconventional and just unorthodox life, it has enhanced my human experience in so many ways. Like, just me living in Mexico for the last 3 years and knowing that this is just my first stop. Like, we already, in the process of preparing to move and experience living elsewhere in the world. But like, are you kidding me? You know what I'm saying? Like, also me, I'm a creator, I'm a visionary. Like, me just really having the freedom and time and peace and the capacity to bring my ideas to life. Like, y'all, like, I have just everything I have said I was going to do, I'm literally like, I have manifested it into my experience. In terms of like my entrepreneurial journey, like every single thing I have put my mind to, I have brought it into existence successfully. You know what I'm saying? And I think about like the women who came before me and my family, like my mom, my aunts, my grandmothers, all of that. I'm like, I think about what they were doing at my age. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm living in Mexico. I'm jumping off cliffs. I'm going to ancient ruins. I'm doing plant medicine in the jungle. Like, what? Like, I'm literally living a life that I'm like, I've never even seen an example of this. Like, I'm literally just doing something that is so different from what we are expected to do as women. And it fucking feels amazing. So I'm like, it has just enhanced my life in so many ways. And it feels so good to be living life in a way where it's like, I have decided what success means for me and I'm living that. Like, you should never be trying to fit yourself into somebody else's box. You have to have the courage to live life on your own terms, regardless of how it looks to other people. Choosing to be intentionally single and celibate and living this life happily, where it's like, this is what I'm choosing and it feels really good. It's not a like either or, where it's like, it's either this or that. It's like, no, this is what I'm doing for right now. But as I said before, I am not closed off to relationships. Like, I already know that I am experiencing a very beautiful union during this lifetime. I already know that for a fact, but I'm not chasing it. I'm not forcing it. I'm not worried at all about it. It's just like the quote that says, like, you know, the flower never chases the bee. It's like, I don't have to apply any pressure to that or try to figure out anything when it comes to that. All I have to do is be myself and live in the present moment, because the present moment is all we have. And everything is always going to unfold in divine timing, and you can't miss what's meant for you. And when you really live life from that perspective, it's like, it's no pressure about nothing. You know what I'm saying? So this life has been truly amazing for me. It has benefited me in so many ways. But I want to know what y'all think. So y'all let me know in the comments. What do you feel? Do you feel like you need a relationship in order to be happy? What are your thoughts on women who are choosing to be happily single and celibate? If you watched this whole video, thank you so much for tuning in. Please make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, do all of those great things, and I will see you all in the next video.